Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are live on the Stevie Breach YouTube channel. I have reached out, I have talked to Jeremy. I know that we will be bringing back this show sooner than ever, honestly, because last night we tweeted about this very topic that I'm going to be talking about, and that is our World Heavyweight Championship match. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, which is going to be our WrestleMania 42 main event. I can honestly tell you that last year at Las Vegas, before my plane even left the Las Vegas airport strip, I had already made my mind up that I think I had done everything there was to do at WrestleMania, and I think I had one hell of a trip. I touched every piece of the Las Vegas Strip other than Fremont Street, which would have been fun. I was there for basically 6 days. I flew in Wednesday morning. I flew out Tuesday morning. Um, I was there basically the only day that I kind of sat in my room and wasted time was when I went out to dinner on Friday. I decided not to go to SmackDown. I decided not to go to the Sabu retirement show, which is honestly something that I wish I would have done. And then this year, the Sandman retirement match is going to come up. He has a show coming up with Joey Janela's Spring Break. I highly recommend anybody that is making the trip, make sure you go to that, because that is something that honestly, if it's a lot like last year, send 1,000 prayers, 1,000 Hail Marys into the air. We hope that Sandman walks out of his match and lives a good life after that. We don't want the same thing to happen to Sabu, but make sure you go to that if you're anywhere in Las Vegas for WrestleMania 42. And then honestly, Monday morning, I was a little sluggish. I should have been at Access or the WWE World sooner than I was, but then again, like I had got my butt kicked all week. One of the biggest regrets I had all week was going to the Dolph Ziggler and his brother's comedy show out. It was on Fremont Street, but it was honestly like the very tip. All he did was basically get dropped off in an Uber, walk in to the bar, go into where the club was that they set up, which was where Midget Championship Wrestling normally lives, and see the show. But it ended at freaking 3:30 in the morning. I think I had fun, but I think I'd rather just pay the money to meet the the Ziggler brothers at freaking WrestleCon, and that would have been a blast. But WrestleMania 42 main event of main events, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, two of the biggest names that WWE has to offer, and for some reason, I am the only person in the world who is not thrilled about this match. Um, Last night when Raw ended, I tried to sit down and do my Monday Night Raw review before I see other people's reviews start coming in or seeing tweets or anything like that, things that get in my mind and sort of like change the way that I think about it. I want my thoughts to be out there, not my thoughts mixed with somebody else's to try and make me look a little bit smarter. Dave Meltzer, he actually said this about this match. I try to just go off the dome. And the Roman Reigns and CM Punk promo to me was just two guys trying to be the coolest guys in the room, not really reacting to what the other person said, just trying to top what the other person said. And to me, the biggest pipe bomb of them all, the biggest thing that I want to talk about is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns said that he was asked if CM Punk could come back to the WWE by Paul, Triple H. And it was Roman Reigns that gave the okay for CM Punk to come back, that he could play well and, he would, be the locker room leader and stand up for everybody in the back. The easiest thing for me to knock down out of anything is you can't be the locker room leader when you're not there. And to me, like, you break down what Punk brought it up, but you break down what Roman Reigns said on the Pat McAfee show about him, earning his 4-month vacations, and it's a good place for the other people on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown to step up and try to be main eventers. That he deserves that. If Roman wants to leave, freaking leave. But when you come back for Survivor Series, for the Royal Rumble, for WrestleMania, he didn't even do any build up for the Royal Rumble. They just flashed a little Roman Reigns declares for the Royal Rumble on Raw and on SmackDown. They put the thing up on Twitter and Facebook and anywhere else that you can see it. And they made it seem like you're supposed to care about this. If you're not on the show, you're not going to get me excited. And when is the next time that we're going to see you? Are you going to be full time until WrestleMania because of the fact that you're on there? I don't think so. So that's just not something that I'm going to be excited about. I understand that a lot of times WWE will put out there, this guy won the Royal Rumble, so he declares the next night. Sometimes the left hand and the right hand don't really 100% know what is going on. And in my mind, last night, when they were doing this, setting up the match as the main event of WrestleMania, you can tell that they have unfinished storylines. They're not even close to getting done. Finn Balor had not one, but two vignettes. One of them was kind of weird because it was just putting over NXT, talking about, how, NXT made him the star that he is today. I don't know if that one was just trying to get people to watch NXT, trying to say that, like, that's where the stars of tomorrow practice to become the stars that you see on Monday Night Raw and on SmackDown. The other one was talking about CM Punk, the home field advantage they had in Ireland, how, he feels like he is, rejuvenated his career, that he believes in himself. That one felt like a real babyface promo from Finn Balor. And then Punk comes out to answer what Roman Reigns is saying about him. And he goes right to the hard camera in the ring and says, Finn Balor, you want to run your mouth? We can settle this. When is this Finn Balor match coming to play? I thought that was going to be the main storyline of tonight, that Roman wouldn't declare what it's going to be. But my thoughts now is that, like, Roman has told WWE, like, I'll give you this weekend. I'm going to work the Rumble. I'll show up at Raw on Philly, and then you're not going to see me a while. So I think they had to take the iron and strike it and put it out there. Now, if they've already put it out into the ether, this is our WrestleMania 42 main event, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Punk can put that title on the line every episode of Raw from here on out, and all of us know Punk's not losing. It don't matter if he fights Muhammad Ali, he fights Vince McMahon, he fights God himself. The man's got to win the match. I think what they're doing, especially with Finn Balor bringing up the home field advantage that he had in Ireland, and if you go back when he set up that match, he brought up Chicago. I think we're going to get Punk versus Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber. which is a show that is going to be in Chicago. And I think they can give us one hell of a match, a lot like the Raw match that they had a few weeks ago. Um, but I mean, is there anybody that's gonna call up their local sports book and say, "Hey, I got 100 bucks. I want to put it on Finn Balor"? I don't think anybody is gonna be placing that bet. When the WrestleMania main event is set, it is set. If you go back last year, the whole storyline with Rhea when she was the champion and she lost on the Raw after Elimination Chamber, they didn't announce it was going to be Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. You know, they kept on putting off the storyline, trying to have a contract signing and this, that, and the other. And then boom, you know, Adam Pearce just, that's enough. I'm putting everybody in the match. Everybody's happy. Let's go. I don't know. To me, if I'm looking at this match and I'm trying to build a storyline that I think is going to be something that is big, I think you need Roman to jump Punk. And I need to see blood. I mean, I need to see just a beating like we have never seen before. If you can go back and you think about Triple H and Roman Reigns on the build to WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, there was a night that Roman came out there just completely taped up and just went to work on Roman. And yes, we all know that Byron Saxton handed him the blood capsule, and that's where the blood came from. We've all seen the video on the TikToks and on Instagram, on Twitter. We've seen it everywhere. But yeah, but that was the big exclamation point for that storyline, that they mean business. If the boss is gonna bust you open and leave you bloody, what are you gonna do to answer it back? I don't know. I mean, that's my biggest question is like, is Roman gonna be hanging around to make us care about this match? Or is it gonna be a lot like last year with Cody and John Cena? And Cody was trying to sell that damn thing with no John Cena around because he was off making a movie and he just didn't have the dates lined up to be able to sell the damn thing. He didn't even show up to the freaking Raw before WrestleMania that was here in Sacramento. I mean, they're not selling pay-per-views anymore, but like, how do you sell your damn fight when you don't have the last biggest commercial, the biggest ad for it, WWE Monday Night Raw? He's not even there. I guess you can have him show up on SmackDown, and that's what they did in Las Vegas, but I don't know. When it comes to Roman, they brought it up in the storyline. What I was thinking about last night, when they were kind of like beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre for no good reason. Punk said, "I beat Drew in the Hell in the Cell." You got Roman who said, like, "I beat Drew for 3 years." Not looking good. That right there is, with lineage, the same title that Roman had. To me, that's one thing I draw that I don't really think that this makes sense. I understand you put both titles on Drew and on Punk. Punk is a bigger star, but the title that Roman had for all of that time is the title that Drew just beat Cody Rhodes for. Cody Rhodes is your number one face in the entire company, even if he was heel for a night over in Saudi Arabia, when those people were like, no, 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 we don't want you to win the title, Cody. Just show up, have fun. We want somebody else. You do, Drew versus Cody, versus Jacob. My prayers are that Jacob Fatu walks out the champion. To me, anytime there's a three-way at WrestleMania, I think you have to put the heel in the advantage spot. So I don't think that Jacob's going to win it there, but I was so sure that he was going to win the Rumble, especially when Drew showed up and eliminated Cody. From there, I was like, oh, now we're good. Now we're all set up. We are ready to roll. And then right after that, Roman just picked up Jacob and just threw him out. Nonchalant, no problem, no questions asked. Punk brought up the fact that the reason Roman was beating Drew for all of those years because he had brainwashed his cousins into being there with them. In the Royal Rumble, we saw Roman make his entrance and immediately go up to Jay and be like, let's run it back one more time. He wanted to play into trying to be cool like Jey Uso, and everybody hits the yeet like they did at Survivor Series in the War Games match, and immediately punched him in the head. You would think we got problems between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, but come the next night, we got Jey Uso sending a shout out to Roman Reigns after he won the Royal Rumble, calling him the tribal chief, giving him the number ones to the sky. How many times does freaking Roman have to run these guys down? You go back to Clash of Paris. Roman told them not to show up, but they were family. And the Usos wanted to be there for Roman. They didn't want him in a spot where he was fighting 2-on-1, 3-on-1. They came running down, and Roman lost the match to Bronson Reed. And he looked at him and he said, I don't want to see you guys until Christmas. And then at Thanksgiving time, they were all in a freaking War Games match that there was really no sense why that band of guys came together. And when they lost, Roman wasn't blaming Punk. He helped Punk up, and he shook his hand. Watch it back. It's on ESPN. He did yell at Cody, blaming Cody, saying we will never team again. So what are we doing here? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. In my mind, I'm hoping the Usos kind of join up with Roman and be there. But then the big turn at WrestleMania is Jay's not going to listen to Roman. He's going to go off on his own. Maybe he doesn't help Punk, but he just doesn't help Roman and just leaves him in a spot that he was in. He makes the entrance. We all do the yeet. We all oh no. Jay's going to kind of turn. Roman's a babyface, right? Roman is as of right now, the worst babyface of all time. I called him in my Raw review. I called him Zach Morris. Wants everything to roll off his back. Doesn't matter how bad it is. He's not going to admit the hole that he's dug himself in. He always knows that he can get himself out of this because he's got Jimmy. He's got Jay. He makes a call. I bet you he thinks he's got Solo coming to help him. No matter what, he'll find a way to get it done. That's what he's always done. But what if Jay comes down there and has the chance to hey, I need you to help me here, and he just doesn't help him, leaves Roman out there? No, you're on your own. You're the same guy that you've always been, going back to the bloodline, as that champion that never lost because he had all the help in the world. It's the same damn thing. I just don't get it. And when it plays into it, WrestleMania this year, being in Las Vegas again, one of the reasons I got a good buddy. His name's Isaac, and I feel bad. He booked a room. He bought a ticket with somebody, but that person is just straight ghosted him and left him just high and dry with 2 tickets to WrestleMania. And he asked me if I would go. And immediately I said, nah, I'm not looking forward to going. But then he laid it out He's got a room at the Luxor where my buddy Jeremy stayed. Very nice hotel, very cheap. I think it's only $500 for the week because he booked it early. He's got 2 tickets to WrestleMania 42. They're better tickets than I had when I was in the hundreds, sitting next to the ramp in my limited view. That was actually honestly very, very good. Besides for the very first seconds of somebody's entrance, I couldn't see in the tunnel, but they're better seats and they're cheaper seats. So it's a very good deal for the hotel and for WrestleMania. But I got to fly there. I live in Sacramento. It's only an hour flight. I'm saying $100 there, $100 back if I buy it right. I remember last year I paid a little bit more money because the last day I was like, I want to get there as soon as I can. I don't want to get there. I think I was gonna go to work. I was gonna go to the airport and I was gonna fly and I was gonna get there like 7 p.m. I ended up finding somebody else to work my shift for me, and then I just flew out in the morning. I think I left at 10 and I got there at 12. And then I was able to, take my time to get to the hotel. I basically got there the time that check-in was at like 1 or 2. And then I was able to spend that day. I went to Caesars. I went to the Las Vegas sign. I went to the pinball museum. I rode the roller coaster. I mean, at the end of that day, I was like, I have done so much of my list already. I couldn't believe how much stuff I had done. When it comes to WrestleMania, the one thing I went out for a really nice steak dinner one night. That was fun, especially by the fact of like I got to go by myself, which means I got to eat the bread at the table. Normally, when I go, my kids are like, there's 7 of us, 7 anytime we go out for a family dinner. But it was really, really fun. I think I should have ate more. But then again, like that's what Ravi and Miguel make fun of me for on WrestleMania trips is that I never stop to eat. It's always like go, 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 because I'm living the WrestleMania lifestyle. Um, if I went this year, maybe I wouldn't go to WrestleCon and spend as much money. But I know if it's out there, they've already announced people. Like Don Morocco is going to be there, Jack Swagger is going to be there, and I'm just like, oh, I would love to meet both of those guys. And plus, there's going to be people that I would want to meet again. Um, it'd be fun, but I just keep thinking like you've already done everything there is to do in that town. You can go to wrestling shows and keep yourself busy that way. But I think the more I keep myself away, I'm gonna be all right. Now, for the people who think I'm being a negative Nancy, just trying to just say like because I'm not going to WrestleMania that I don't want it to be a good show. I'm gonna watch it. I know I'm gonna watch it. And by the time we get there, I know WWE is gonna brainwash me into thinking that it's going to be an awesome show. And I'm probably gonna have to ask for a day off for work. So basically, when it comes down to it, I'm paying like $200 to watch the show by not going to work for a day. So I mean, it's gonna be awesome, guys. It's gonna be good. It's just I need a story. The start to the story with them doing their promo blast going back and forth, it didn't really reach out and grab me. I'm gonna need to see some action. I want to know who the players are going to be. Is Roman get the band back together with the bloodline? Is it going to be like a 4-on-1 affair? Who does Punk have other than AJ Lee? He's got Cody Rhodes as a friend. Like if you're playing the video game and it shows like your alliances or whatever it is. Like I haven't played in a while because the games are just too freaking hard. But I remember like when you used to buy like the old SmackDown games, you would build like if you were in a stable or if you had friends who you're involved with tag teams with. I wonder who is out there other than Cody Rhodes that he could be in a tag team match with if they wanted to build up some big, super tag match to build up WrestleMania. I'm not sure. But since this is the only match that I'm talking about, I'm gonna head out for the day. I think I'm gonna be pretty busy the next 2 weeks. I know I'll still make videos when I can make videos, especially when I'm at work or I'm driving home or I'm in the car or something like that. I don't think that I'll be able to do the live streams like this because my mom's gonna be in town, and I know that this time she's coming here to buy a house, so it's not gonna be like she's always here. But I want to be around if she's around and doing whatever it is that she needs to do. She hasn't lived here in a long time. I normally only see her like twice a year, so it's gonna be awesome to have my mom back. But we'll see what's going down. Peace out, everybody. WrestleMania 42 coming up faster than you know. But I need some build here. I think that's gonna be great. Peace out, guys.